Hi, good evening. This is Joel speaking practice test, and I'm a practice examiner. My name is Joel Timothy Javed. In part one, I'm going to ask you a few questions about yourself. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Uh, Hi, my name is Mohammed Yusuf, and I'm from Gujranwala, and it's a best place, and we can say it is a heaven on earth, because in my opinion, in my point of view, uh, uh, everything like every luxuries of life is there. As I'm brought up there, I believe it's my homeland, and if I get a chance to live my whole life, I would rather prefer live it there as my
Okay,
in my whole
good. Let's talk about plans.
life.
Do you like making plans?
Sorry, in what way?
You can say that plans about future, or you are
Oh,
good at planning.
plans. Yeah, I believe proper planning is a really good sort of thing.
Why?
Because if we are about to do something, we should rather plan it before we do it so that if there isn't any hurdle while doing work. Sometimes, if we don't plan, there are some setbacks and drawbacks which we might suffer while doing stuff as we got no other plan. And personally, when we can take an example such as when I'm preparing for my board exams. If I don't, plan for it, uh, I just puzzle out at everything when I'm preparing for my exams. So I believe that planning is way more important than people prefer. People, don't give that much importance to planning.
Okay. Do you use paper or your cell phone to make plans?
Neither of that.
Why not?
Because I believe I like to do brainstorming when I like to keep my things in my brain because I can sort it out in my brain. And I haven't tried on paper or any cell phone. I usually prefer doing it my own mind.
Okay. What are the benefits of making plans?
Well, there are plethora of benefits. First of all, when you are about to do something, when you are about to take a plunge, it gives up, gives, we can say, an upper hand when we are doing something. For example, if we are preparing for our exams, we can sort out things we have to do first. For example, if we find something hard, we should prefer doing it first because we can spend our most of our energy at the things we find harder than to the things we find it easy, and we will do it later.
Do you prefer short-term plans or long-term?
It depends on the situation. For example, if there are some things which happen out of the blue, we have to do firstly a short-term plans. Then we have to see the possibilities, the consequences of those, and then we have to plan. I do you plan after that the long-term planning.
Good, good. Thank you so much. That is the end of your speaking part one. Now part two. In part two, I'm going to give you a topic. This is your topic. You can use this sheet if you wish to make some notes. You have 1 minute to think about it. And your time start now, please. Okay, time's up. Now you have 2 minutes to talk. Don't worry if I stop you. And your time start now, please.
The when with the person I'm about to talk here, the one I once asked advice was my mother, and it was a time when my exams were about to commence. I was having some setbacks when I was preparing for them. And it was really mind-boggling and detrimental for my both mental and physical health. There my mom came and she gave me advice of, as I mentioned earlier, the questions were about the plans. She advised me to uh, plan the things I have to do because before that I wasn't doing it. I was I was doing everything. As I was as I've been preparing for the last past I don't know how many years, but this time it was very different. I believe it was very uh, beneficial for me. That advice was very beneficial. um, and last, I believe if that advice wasn't given to me, I wouldn't have performed that much good in my exams. I believe that my mother played a really hero role that really benefited me in my exams. And I believe if that advice hadn't came to me, even today I'm using that advice in my other things too, in exams, in the other things, in the other fields of life. So
Good,
yeah.
good. Thank you so much. That is the end of your speaking part two. Now, a part three. In part three, I'm going to ask you a few questions about advice. Who should people ask for advice on big issues or with family members or friends?
Well, it is a very interesting question. Uh, well, um, regarding of asking an advice, I believe that friends and the families are the best option to opt for because they give a brotherly advice to you because they think of without any a benefit or a harm that can be caused by you. They just give you an advice so that it can be beneficial for you. But there are other situations, such as if there are if there is a problem and I have a person that has already suffered with it, I believe that I would take an advice from him.
Okay, good. Do you follow the advice of family members?
Um, yeah, I do because of course, as I mentioned earlier, they give a very brotherly advice, and they are mostly they benefit me. They are really fruitful to me, and I believe and the more the person has seen a life, the more they are wise in giving an advice. In fact, I have been taking advices from them, of course, since my birth, and I believe I will be taking advice from them till my death.
Do people often ask advice from professional people like lawyers?
Well, there are many situations where people have to ask
Why?
um, because there are situations where families can't do that better than a professional man. For example, here as a lawyer, if there are legal issues or if there are legal consequences, we have to consult a lawyer, which may help us in those court issues, in meddling with them. Uh, of course, there are other situations. There are other fields where we have to consult a professional. For example, if we are sick, we can say if we have to consult a doctor about it, rather we have to operate on it, or we have to be and you know
Okay,
not worry about
good.
it.
Why do some people like to ask others for advice on almost everything?
I have never thought about that. Let
Why
me
not?
think of it. Could you repeat the question?
Yeah. Why do some people like to ask others for advice on almost everything?
Because people have to get the um, we can say the past we can say the past to do something, because if we opt to do something, we sometimes are not that confident about doing that thing. So people usually do ask others for advice before doing anything, and I believe it is really good thing to do in many matters of life.
Do you think the advice parents give their children is always good?
Well, of course, parents are there for their children, but sometimes I believe that it is not that beneficial. The parents have to give the children the space to let them uh, make decisions of their own. So for example, we can say that for from the past 2 decades, the situation has been changed a lot. The Gen Zs and the millennials are completely different in thoughts. And I believe that it is really a transition from that thinking and today's thinking. The today's thinking is really different from that of millennials.
My last question is, are professional consultancy services expensive in your country or town?
Sorry?
Are professional consultancy services expenses in your country or expensive in your country or town?
Well, it is a really humorous question to ask, because here people do not go to any professional
Why not?
consultant, because here people themselves are really, the professional consultants.
Mhm.
People prefer to ask themselves, their either the neighbors or the persons, or the person they know, instead of the actual professional consultants there. Probably I don't have that idea that neither I had gone to such consultants.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. That is the end of your speaking practice test. I wish you good luck. Huh?
Thank you.